Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and it's match day 38 in La Liga. The final match day of the season is here. We already know our champions. We know the teams who are going to be playing in the Champions League. We know one of the teams who's going to play in the Europa League as well. We know two teams who are going to get relegated as well, but there is still something to play for. We have Rayo Vallecano, we have Celta Vigo, we have Osasuna. Three teams, difference between 1 point difference between them, fighting it out for that last Europa League place and that Conference League spot. Then you go in at the bottom of the table. You have Espanyol and Las Palmas fighting it out for that last relegation spot. So as I said, still to play for. So let's go ahead and make our prediction and see what I think is going to happen on match day 38. The first game, it is Real Betis versus Espanyol. It is 6th versus 15th. I think it is going to be a very simple game. Espanyol, they don't really care. Sorry, not Espanyol, Valencia. Real Betis versus Valencia, my bad. Valencia, I don't really care about anything. I don't think Real Betis do as well. Both of them already know what is going to happen in their respective position. Real Betis would like to finish the season on a high. Their form has not been that good for the last couple of weeks, playing against a Valencia side who, as I said, they are not really bothered. Their form is already quite terrible. I think it will be an interesting game. I think Real Betis are gonna go ahead and get the win on the final day of the season in a comfortable way. I'm going for a 2-0 win for Real Betis. Then it's Real Madrid versus Real Sociedad. It is 2nd versus 11th. Real Madrid can only finish 2nd. Sociedad can only finish 11th. It is the last. It's going to be the last game for Carlo Ancelotti as a manager. It is going to be the last ever game for Luka Modric as a Madridista. There are going to be special programs for both of these legends of the club. So I think they're going to want to finish the game as the last game of their careers as a win, and they are playing against the Sociedad side who are not performing that well, and I think they are going to end the season on a high. I'm going for a very comfortable 3-1 win for Real Madrid. Then it's Leganes versus Valladolid. It is 18th versus 20th. Now, Leganes, I would say, are the luckier team to get a fixture like that. Their last game of the season, they need to win to have a chance of staying in the Premier League. Playing against a Valladolid side who have not won a game in about 4 months now. Leganes, they have won twice. They've lost just once in their last 5 games. I think with the importance of this game, I think they are going to go ahead and get the job done. I'm going for a very entertaining and for a very comfortable 3-1 win for Leganes. Then it's Espanyol versus Las Palmas. It is 17th versus 19th. Las Palmas were officially relegated last weekend. They are playing against Espanyol, who need at least a draw, even if Leganes end up winning their game against Valladolid. Both of the games are going to be played at the same time, so that's going to be huge as well. Because Espanyol's goal difference is much better than Leganes, so they need just a draw in this game as well. And the form of both of these teams is horrific. Both have lost their last 6 games in a row. And I think this game is going to end up in a draw. And despite Leganes winning the game quite comfortably, I think unfortunately for Leganes, they are going to get relegated and Espanyol are going to be safe. I'm going for a 0-0 draw between Espanyol and Las Palmas. We move on to Getafe versus Celta Vigo. It is 13th versus 7th. And now Getafe finally won a game after about a month and a half last weekend. Their form is really, really terrible. They are playing against the Celta Vigo side who are 7th. They have won 3 times in the last 5 games there, and they need to make sure they get the win to assert themselves in that Europa League spot. I think it's going to be a very tough game for Celta Vigo. Getafe, they are really hard to break down at their home. Even though their form is not that good, I think it is going to be a really tough game. But I somehow suspect Celta Vigo are going to nick it in the end. I'm going for a very hard-fought, very boring 1-0 win for Celta Vigo. Moving on, it is Rayo Vallecano versus Mallorca. It is 8th versus 10th. Now, the interesting fact of this is, Mallorca were one of those teams fighting it out for those European places, but the last month has been really terrible. 4 defeats in the last 5 games. It has really derailed this season, especially, they got out of the running of qualifying for Europe last weekend when they lost last weekend. So there is going to be a bit of, anger for Mallorca players for that as well. Rayo Vallecano, on the other hand, last 4 games are 3 wins, and they have sort of fought back into this scenario. I think it'll be a very interesting game. I don't think Mallorca are going to, let Vallecano have their fun in this game. I think it'll be a very hard-fought game, and unfortunately for Vallecano, I don't think they are going to get a win here. I'm going for a very hard-fought 1-1 draw between Rayo Vallecano and Mallorca. Then you have Alaves versus Osasuna. It is 14th versus 9th. Now, both of these teams have just lost once in their last 5 games, 3 wins in the last 5 games. So both of them are coming in with a similar sort of a form. But Osasuna are fighting to get into that Conference League spot. They have something more to play for in comparison to Alaves. Alaves being the home side, they would want to finish the season on a high. It has been a really good season for Alaves as well. I think it'll be a fun game of football, and unfortunately for Osasuna, I don't think they are gonna get the win that they need, and because of that, I think they are gonna miss out on European competition next season. But it'll be a very fun game. I'm going for a very entertaining 2-all draw between Alaves and Osasuna. We then move on to Girona versus Atletico Madrid. It is 15th versus 3rd. Now Girona, of course, they had a big drop off from last season that was expected, and at one time it looked like they might end up getting relegated, but they are safe this season. They are going to play in the La Liga next year as well. They are playing against the Atletico Madrid side, who at one time looked like they are going to fight for the title, but that ended up, they ended up derailing their form as well. So both of these teams have not had the sort of a season they would have expected, to be very honest with you. It's the last game of the season. Both of them would want to finish the game on the season on a high. But with the way that both of the teams are playing and the form that is both of them have coming into this game, I think Atletico Madrid are gonna go ahead and get the final win on the final day of the season. I don't think it's going to be a good game of football. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but I'm going for a 2-1 win for Atletico Madrid. Moving on, it is Villarreal versus Sevilla. It is 5th versus 16th. Now, Villarreal have had an amazing comeback the last couple of months. 7 straight wins, and that have guaranteed, their spot in the Champions League next season. They are playing against a Sevilla side who are all over the place. They're lucky they got a win, a week before last weekend. So that basically put them in a safe spot, and that especially because Espanyol were all over the place. The other results went their way, so they are safe. They are going to be in the La Liga next season. I don't see any other result apart from a Villarreal win. I think it unfortunately for Sevilla fans, the last day of the season is not going to be a good one. I'm going for a hammering. I'm going for a 4-0 win for Villarreal against Sevilla. And the final game of the season is Athletic Club versus Barcelona. It is 4th versus 1st. Two teams who have had an amazing seasons. Barcelona are the champions. Athletic Club finishing 4th, going to the semi-finals of the Europa League as well. It has been a really good season for both of them. Athletic Club are undefeated in the last 5 games. Barcelona just lost last weekend. So that's the only, bad thing for Barcelona. I think it'll be an entertaining game of football, to be very honest with you. It is going to be the celebrations for Barcelona being the champions as well. I'm expecting goals in this game, but I just don't see a winner. I know Athletic Club are going to do all in their might to stop, to be put the sour taste in Barcelona's championship, a victory, but I don't think they are going to be able to. I am expecting goals, but I don't see a winner in this game. I'm going for a very entertaining 2-all draw between Athletic Club and Barcelona. And that is it. These are my predictions for match day 38 of La Liga. The season is finally coming to an end, and has been an exciting season to say the least. Let me know what you guys think of my prediction of the final match in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well. Click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 500 subscribers before the end of the season. The Champions League final is the deadline. The days are getting shorter and closer and closer. So please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.